Hello, Proxy Table Gaming fans, PTG, Hyper G, and Lucky Sixes.
Konnichiwa.
You going for the Japanese fans this time around, yeah?
We encompass the world, mate. We'll bring everyone together.
I hope so. You know, on the list of goals that we were trying to achieve right from the off, that was number one.
World peace,
yeah. So, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Peace, so. TG, they call us.
Who's TG?
That's still to come. I can quickly work out togetherness.
Together. Fair enough. Right, shall we bat rep?
Oh, let's.
Yes.
Let's have a massacre. Let's have a carnage.
Yeah. Carnage at the massacre, or massacre at the carnage. Sounds like a Cluedo reference. But yes.
Map B2 with the Infernal Dwarves in the carnage.
Yeah, definitely. And the Dread Elves look like they've already taken the head off of someone. So, yeah, why don't we continue Massacre? I'm against a player in my own group in this round,
yes,
which is quite novel. So, you know, there was slightly more of an element of planning in terms of looking at the list, which is good. Against Ollie. Ollie's Infernal Dwarves. I've never played against Ollie. Talked to him a few times throughout the tournaments that we've been to, so I was pleased to finally meet across the table.
Kinda.
Digitally, as it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is another Warhol report. So let's see what Carnage is all about.
We should mention he's part of the Whispers of the Vale podcast as well.
You're very good at mentioning that.
Yeah, well, He's they haven't done one in a while though, Ollie. So you need to get one out, boy. Need some more stuff to listen to. But very good podcast.
You just twiddle your thumbs, don't you, when these content providers don't provide the content?
I'm waiting.
Sweet. So Carnage is sometimes there are no tactics or plans, just rage and blood. Yes, and Dread Elves suit that MO quite well.
Right.
Yeah, Dawn Assault, so that's easy enough to fathom. But winning the secondary objective, each time an enemy unit is removed casualty while engaged in combat, when breaking from combat, or during the flee move directly after breaking from combat, you gain a victory counter. At the end of the game, the player with the most victory counters wins this secondary objective. Woo! What is key to note, and it will come up in this battle, is that if you fled a charge and got away, then you did not give up an objective token. Take note. So we shall see how that works out. It's all about killing your opponent in combat, basically.
Yeah.
Or making them flee and running them down. That is the Dread Elf list. It is the same as the previous battle against Tony. I did lose that one 8-12, by the way, as a recap. So I'm doing okay. But yeah, need to make a few points here. That is the list. Take a little look at it, and we'll move on to Ollie's Infernal Dwarves. So he has got the Great Bull of Shamut, Wizard Master Occultism, great weapon, Obsidian Rock.
Craig, I tell you what, Craig is
scary.
Absolutely reeling at the amount of people taking a single model Occultism Master.
Yeah, I know.
Can't believe it.
Well, Craig's name came up more than any other name in this battle. Mainly because Ollie said it wasn't working for him. So yeah, I'll leave Ollie to explain himself to Craig for mentioning that. But yes, we'll see how that version of Craig's master plan goes. He seems to have a lot of fingers in a lot of pies, doesn't he, Mr. Johnson?
He's the ex-master, so
as you continually remind him. A Vizier, I want to seek to authority. 2 Infernal Warrior blunderbuss units. I made quite a hoo-ha about going against Matty Champions. Infernal Bastion single unit at Art of War. Now I'm against 2 of them. Yay! Brilliant. And now I have 0 armor instead of some armor, and Res 3 instead of Res Thor. So that should be fun.
Right.
Yes. So a little bit intimidated by those. A whole big unit of shackled slaves. They scare me not. Vassal levies. They also scare me not. And surprisingly, despite the fact that they are 701 points each, the Toruk Anointed do not scare me at all either. They are Res 5, which is potentially a problem. But obviously, with ruthless efficiency, +1 to wound,
Sure.
and with a bit of spellage, I might be able to deal with that. And they are wielding great weapons, so they're very slow. So I don't even have to worry about casting agility spells to make me attack before them, which is amazing. So I don't.
And you're res 3, so those great weapons are somewhat muted.
Exactly. Yeah. And the armor I have is non-existent. So yeah, that's a great matchup for me. Both those units, liking that. As I say, 2 Infernal Bastions, and then the Walking Earthquake Kadim Titan, which I really can't touch. Even with a +1 to wound, it's quite a struggle.
Yeah.
So, well, it's not completely impossible, but I think he does a lot to me, as well as me possibly not doing much to him. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Right then, so it was Dawn Assault, which is nice and easy, and a lovely map, as always, on Warhol. Definitely looks nice, Warhol, in every sense of the word. Cool. So what shall we start with? Let's go over to Ollie's side first of all. We have the Kadim Titan on his flank, facing outwards. Then a unit of Toruk Anointed. He has his Shackled Slaves in the field. 2 Infernal Bastion, Infernal Warrior units, both central. Then he has his Great Bull of Shumut caster, another unit of Toruk Anointed, and behind them is the unit of Vassal Levy, just 20 of them. Cool. I have got my Black Cloaks scouting directly opposite the Kadim Titan. I know that it's got like a 5-up armor and a 5-up Aegis, but I'm just thinking of plinking against him. Really.
Their best target, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I've got a unit of Dread Knights by the house. So they're the ones with lances. So they're kind of like a counter threat to the Kadim Titan if he does get to a position I don't like.
Kind of, apart from the AP10.
Yeah, I mean, I see your reaction. You know, it's true. I need to either whittle it down and then charge and kill it before it strikes, or charge it.
What agility is the?
I think it's like 4.
Oh, is it? What, even the AP10 stuff?
No, that is. Let's see. I've got it here.
Yeah, because I've had this with the Vampire Knights. I remember thinking, going up against a Titan and just thinking, well, they'll just die before they swing.
Yeah, Volcanic Embrace is a grind attack, so it's the same agility.
Oh, okay. At least there's that.
Yeah.
So they won't die before they swing.
No.
That's good.
But I mean, the Kadim Titan is agility 3. So I mean, against Dread Elves, yeah, absolutely, my Dreadnoughts are first. Yeah. So yeah, like I say, if I can whittle it down enough that they can kill it on the charge, then it's a possibility.
Yeah.
Because I'm strength 7 on the charge.
Yeah,
so,
and you got loads of attacks.
Exactly.
And you've got some lethal strikes on your Raptors. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I probably should try and remember to say something about my Raptors at the end of the tournament, but I won't say it now. Right, moving further inwards, I've got the other unit of Dread Knights. They're the ones without lances, so very much not really a massive threat. But they're there in case I need. They're kind of like a good unit of chaff, if you will.
Sure.
Then I have the unit of militants without the slaughter. What's it called?
Symbol.
Divide.
Oh yeah.
Altar.
Yeah.
Crucible of slaughter.
Crucible of slaughter. Yeah, not symbol.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Kraken can be Kulov. I allocate the name when we do the bat rep, not when we're actually playing the battle. Behind is my bunker of spears with the 3 characters, so BSB and two warlocks. Then you've got the other unit of militants with the harpies behind, and Krasnar guarding my flank. So looking at these matchups, I'm not worried about the Tauruks at all. And I know that with the blunderbusses being only range 12 inches, yes, they can march 9. But if he marches to be within 12 inches, I charge him. Yeah. So worst case scenario, he gets 1 shot and then a stand and shoot. And I think if I just say, I'll take that and then see what's left of me.
Sure.
Because they only hit on 5s to begin with. 6s with stand and shoot, I think. Or maybe they've got sturdy like other dwarves, I don't know. But yes, I'm basically thinking I need to just get in there and start messing him up, really.
Have you already said, where are your Shadow Riders?
I don't have any Shadow Riders.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Well, where are they?
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Yeah,
So
they are pretty much.
I
No,
thought something might be in front of
no,
Krasnar there, but
no, because I'm so stubborn about only wanting temple militants.
no, fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah, although I've squeezed in some spears, so yeah. Right then, that's a top-down view of the battle deployment. Looking at that, which is cool. And then I go to flat terrain. So enjoy your non-flat terrain for as long as it lasts.
2D, baby.
Yeah, Ollie gets first turn, which is okay because I mean I think I might have actually dropped for second. I think because I knew that his blunderbusses would be out of range.
Sure.
So I knew that I could afford. I was happy with my setup and could wait for him to come forward and then react to it. I think I made it so that the Kadim Titan was too far away to charge the Black Cloaks. So there was no threat there either. He does move his Titan out wider, doesn't come forward too much because he knows that I can just skirmish around him if he comes too close.
Sure.
And he moves his Great Bull up behind the hill. Occultism, he has one spell that can target me even without being in line of sight. So he's not too worried about that. But it's probably around this point that Ollie says out loud how his Torok Anointed probably don't like this matchup at all, which is already what I'm thinking. So he's like, a bit tentative about where he goes. Normally he'd be quite aggressive with them, I think.
Sure.
But not so much here. He does Pentagram Paint, which is the one that doesn't need line of sight, and gets a wound off on Krasnar.
Does Grave Calls need a line of sight?
Grave Calls is only 12-inch range.
Right, there you go.
But you could be right. Maybe it doesn't need line of sight, but I think it does. Isn't it a missile?
Don't know.
You could be right, maybe, but it's only 12 inches anyway.
Yeah.
So.
I might be thinking of the Evo spells, to be fair.
Sure. Yeah, Evo is very good for not needing line of sight.
Yeah.
There's that. Into my turn, and I move forward fairly aggressively. I wouldn't say gung-ho, because I didn't want to get within 12 inches of the blunderbusses without making him move, or anything like that. So I move up like so. Krasnar's just guarding the hill in case the bull comes out. I don't know whether Ollie fancies taking his bull in against the Kraken. It's a very dicey one, Kraken against bull. The bull is low agility and great weapon. So my Kraken does attack first, and he's got 6 wounds, the bull. So there's a chance that if Krasnar were to do 3 out of 4 wounds with his attacks, because I would be hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, with AP3. So there's
Do you have
a
lethal
decent
strike?
chance. No, not on.
It's just
not
multiple
on
wounds.
Yeah, just the multiple wounds D3. So yeah, there is a chance that if I get 2 or 3 of those wounds through, then the bull could be in trouble. And I'm kind of banking on that as my flank protector.
Sure.
We'll see whether Ollie is bothered by that as a thing. I moved my Black Cloaks in front of the Kadim Titan, basically trying to encourage him to come forward. I couldn't get either of my Black Cloaks around the Titan and into safety, so this is like my secondary option.
What's their range?
Their range is only 12 inches.
Okay.
So yeah, I couldn't get them both to safety, and this was me trying to do a few wounds to it and then draw it in, basically. Other than that, it's just a general advance forward, really, and see how Ollie reacts. I get a whole load of spells off on my turn 1, which is awesome. Firstly, the one to note is Raven's Wing on the Temple Militants.
Yeah.
So they go flying forwards, which is amazing. And then I make it even better for them by casting Altered Sight on them as well. So now they become Strength 4. So hitting on 2s, wounding on 4s, which is very, very handy.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, and liking that a lot. So we'll see whether he wants to take them on with his Torok, really. And it moves them very much. It also got them out of line of sight of the blunderbuss units as well.
Sure,
which is
yeah.
Cool. So happy about that outcome. I put Evil Eye on the Lances as well, which is nice. There's that. Over here, I do 0 wounds with my shooting, which is a shame. I mean, that can always happen. If you don't roll poison hits, then you're always going to struggle. And I think on this occasion, I didn't roll any 6s to hit. So,
like you said before, even if you do, he's got a 5 up, 5 up. So.
Exactly, yeah. He declares the charge, and my black cloaks stumble in their retreat and barely go anywhere, which is a bit of a problem. Because really, I was always planning on playing that, and to hope that I could run away a decent amount so that he would then fail a charge and not get anywhere.
Sure.
That was the plan. And I possibly should have left it a bit further away. Like I could have been long-range shooting.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, obviously, I didn't know I wasn't going to do any wounds with my shooting. In hindsight, I would have never got anywhere near him if I'd have known my shooting was going to be useless. But that's one of those things. And obviously, the Titan catches them and runs them down. So that was kind of a free unit that I gave to Ollie.
Yeah.
Also a free objective point as well.
Yeah.
Because they fled and were run down, and that counts as getting an objective point.
Sure, yeah.
If I'd got away, then fleeing would have not cost me an objective point. So one to think about, perhaps, that mechanic of the objective.
For sure.
And I am a shooting unit down, having done 0 wounds to the team, which is a bit troubling. Over here, I don't know why I left the radar on. Looks a bit busy, that picture. But I think this is... what is this demonstrating?
Him moving up.
Yeah, I think, yes. No, you're right. It's his movement on this side. I think I just happened to be clicking on the Kraken when I did it. So yes, he hasn't shown any fear of being in combat with the Kraken, or potentially. He basically has said, yeah, he's okay with that. And he's actually on the hill with his Torah. I can actually see the Kraken. So choices there for Krasnar. Moving over to, I think that's how it ends his movement. I don't know why I took another picture. And then we go to magic. He gets Breath of Corruption, which is now the number 1 spell of occultism. Which is why it's very awesome.
Really good.
Which is cool. So that's good. Although, looking at it, he doesn't look like he's within 6 inches of Krasnar. Or is it a higher range?
It's 18 if you sacrifice 1.
Yes, and he was sacrificing. Yeah, so at least I think he was anyway. I don't know how close the range of the sacrifice is.
It depends who it was.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure he was. And based on that, he gets a wound off on the Kraken.
Sure.
So Krasnar is a couple of wounds down. I decide that it is dicey. It's not guaranteed that I'm going to win this, but if I can get 2 wounds or maybe 3 wounds through, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. Oh, and I'm hitting on 3s with hatred, I should say.
Sure, yeah, makes it better.
Yeah, so I'm going for it, and this is I feel that with the Great Bull of Shamak being a flyer and being able to basically just roam around wherever it wants, and kind of already in my backfield, I'm thinking this might be the only chance I get to pin it down.
Agreed.
Agreed. You know, it is dicey. Like, if I only get 1 wound through, then obviously the bull isn't dead because it's got 6 wounds. If I get 2 wounds through, I'm hoping for both maximised D3 wounds. If I get 3 wounds through, then average says I should kill it.
In hindsight, would it have been better to have both Krakens covering your flank?
Possibly. I mean, yeah, Kuloth is a bit floating in the middle of nowhere, in the middle there. Not really doing a lot. But yes, that would have been a good idea. Yeah. Absolutely. Although I don't know whether Ollie would have wanted to get near. That's probably what you're suggesting, is it keeps the
either way, it's a win-win, I think. Yeah.
So yes, perhaps Kuloth could have been over that direction as well and covered it. I get in, which is cool. And basically what I do with my Dread Knights is I ignore the Kadim Titan and just march past it.
Oh, nice,
Yeah, I hadn't done any wounds to the Kadim Titan with my shooting. So the idea of plinking away at it and then charging with the Knights is obviously not going to happen now.
Yeah.
Because he's got full HP. So I wasn't going to charge him. But yeah, I figure just give him nothing to see. So Ollie has to waste the turn moving the Kadim around to do anything. Yeah. And yes, the Kadim now might be in my backfield. But I figure if I carry on being aggressive, just go for it, I might just be able to power through and ignore it the whole game.
Keep him 1 turn behind.
That's it. Yeah, and I've still got one unit of black folk shooting it. So
I'm assuming they're out of line of sight.
yes, they are. Yeah, they are. Yeah, that would be a rather poor
Did
decision.
I might have missed it. Did you charge the temple militants in?
Yes. I don't think I had a picture of that, but yes, I charged the temple militants into the Toruk.
Mm.
In Ollie's previous turn, he weighed up his options in regards to the Toruk. He was like, "Well, I could move backwards, but then you charge me only needing like a 6 or a 7.
Yeah.
Or I could charge you and die before I strike.
Yeah.
Because they would
Yeah.
with all my magic buffs. Or I could stand here and make you kill me." And he kind of like, well, every option is a bad one.
Sure.
So I may as well do whatever I can, and this is how it ended up.
Well done for making him have it. Bad options everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. It was nice to leave your opponent in that situation, really. Because I'd already identified it was a great matchup for me there, and yeah, I charged in, and it was impossible to fail. So,
sure.
Nice. Let's see if the militants actually do what I think they're going to do.
We'll see.
I maximise their chances by getting Altered Sight and Word of Iron on.
Sure.
Word of Iron, I'll tell you what, is a great spell for militants. Not because of the extra armour, but because giving them a +1 armour, because you only cast it on the lowest value, makes them 5 up armour instead of 6 up. So really, you're not getting any benefit from the spell, really, especially against an opponent with great weapons.
Sure.
But your opponent doesn't want to dispel it because it's such a pathetic spell for militants, and they end up letting it through. But you get the +1 strength, so like to waste dice dispelling Word of Iron.
I guess it's the same with Altered Sight to a certain degree. Cause
exactly. Yeah. And those were the 2 spells I cast first. Yeah. And I think what Ollie dispelled was something on the Kraken to make the Kraken hit and wound better.
Yeah.
Sure. Which is obviously the right move to do. But it did mean that my militants were now very much now strength 5, so wounding on 3s, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And I get Raven's Wing off on the Dreadknights as well, moving them further around the flank, which is awesome.
Very cool.
And I put Evil Eye on them as well, so that they've got plenty of movement for the next turn.
Is the occultism chap his general?
Oh, I think he is, yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Interesting.
Shooting does 2 wounds to the Titan, which is awesome. So that's much better. He's only got 6 wounds, I think, in total.
Yeah.
7 wounds, actually, having looked at it now. So yeah, plinking away, which is good. And in the combat, I am minus a Krasnar. So the gamble, if you want to call it that, did not pay off. There wasn't really any debate about me surviving.
No.
If he attacked, he was always going to kill me.
Yeah.
It was just whether I could kill him first.
Yeah.
And I got 2 wounds through of the 4 attacks, which meant I needed to maximise my D3 woundage in order to kill the bull. And I only did 3 wounds.
Close.
I wouldn't say that was unlucky, because, I mean, you know, even if I'd done 5 wounds, I still would have died back.
On another day, you kill him. Like, it's so spiky. You could do anywhere between 2 to 6, and you just have to accept the result.
Exactly. And if I do actually get another wound through, like if Ollie had let me have that spell off to help me, I don't know what spell it was, I think it might have been Perception of Strength, so that I was wounding on 2s. Then yeah, I could have actually genuinely killed his general in one swoop.
Makes cool off all that scarier. No?
Yeah, definitely. And so here we are. The militants blow through the Toruk Anointed. Yeah. They don't even get the chance to flee. It's that brutal.
Hitting on 2s with no 3s, right?
Yeah.
I imagine they don't even swing back, you said.
No, they don't. They literally are dead where they stand. It's not even a decision as to whether or not I pursue them, because I wouldn't get the objective point if I had to. If I let them run,
sure.
I would have had to have pursued them and run them down if he did flee.
Sure. So that makes it 1-1.
I think it makes it 1-1. Yeah, which is cool.
Oh no! Oh, does Kuloth count? Kragnar, whatever.
Krasnar, yeah.
Krasnar.
I think maybe it's 2-1 to him. Yeah. Cool. All right. So that is the situation. Obviously, I've got a new battle line really with the team behind me. He declares this charge, which I was quite intrigued by. I guess that's combat res and trying to tap hit me, really.
Yeah.
I mean, the Kraken only has 4 attacks, and they're not maximum benefit against infantry, really, because they're multiple wounds and they're built for large creatures. And if I don't do well with the stomp, he's got a charge. I don't think he's got a banner in there, so it could be a good way of tar pitting me. I was a bit okay, fine, you can do that.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't worried about it, because my militants would have a flank charge afterwards if I did stick. But as it happened, any kind of consideration over what effect that would have on the battle was wasted, because they rolled a double 1 and they failed the charge. So
I'm sure there's
about that too much.
I'm sure there's a master plan in that for Ollie.
Possibly, yeah. But I certainly wasn't too worried by it, and it didn't actually matter anyway. So the Kadim Titan moves up onto the hill and behind the Dreadknights, which is it's a threat, but I'm not planning on sticking around long at all. No. So the extra turn that I bought there is still in my favour, I think. The Bull moves to the flank of the militants, and I'm kind of thinking to myself, well, if the Bull comes into the flank and the Toruk come into the front, I kill the Toruk and the Bull has to run away from combat res.
Yeah.
So I'm not really going to change my plans for the fact that the Bull's in my flank. I'm just going to carry on with plan A.
Just got to be careful of everything else, like the bunker.
Exactly. The Bull might do some damage, but I'm just carrying on, really, and not worrying about him. But what the Bull can do rather well is kill a Kraken. Magic. He manages to get 2 spells through, which was the first time he'd managed to in the whole game.
Was Grave Calls one of them?
Yes, it was. Absolutely. And I think Pentagram of Pain did exceptionally well as well.
Sure.
Kulok goes down. He rolled very well to wound or something or other. It wasn't even close. But I am now both Krakens down, which is a shame.
Yeah.
But in some ways, the fact that Krasnar did so many wounds to him meant that Ollie was very much prioritising killing the Krakens. And it does mean that both my militant units have not taken a single wound yet, which is quite cool, because they are very much my killing power.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
This is like turn 3, and I'm still got both militant units.
Haven't been shot, yeah.
Exactly. So liking that. I declare a charge on his shackled slaves, who got a little big for their boots, and he flees, of course, because he obviously knows that he will die if he stands to that. Which is fair enough. And my militants take their turn at getting a double 1 on the charge. And that was so important in terms of my positioning, because I only needed like a 7 or an 8 to get into the slaves. And if I end up like in the field where the slaves are now, I'm in a very good position to threaten those blunderbuss units. Like, yes, he might have 2 rounds of shooting at me with blunderbusses, and that can probably hurt the militants a fair bit.
Yeah.
But I've got scrying available. I could give them hard target, which would mean he would be hitting on 6s even at close range. So
should probably have cover from the field, couldn't they?
Yeah, exactly. So it would all depend on how the charge went down, how the beating of the charge went down.
Yeah.
But I can't really complain too much, because obviously Ollie got a double 1 on his shackled slaves. So it goes around, come around. But I felt like my double 1 was a lot more crucial than his, because I'm not entirely sure the shackled slaves would have had much fun against the Kraken. And actually, the Kraken would have survived if they'd have made that charge.
Sure.
Because he actually ended up dying to magic.
Yeah.
So it really, I wanted him to complete the charge. I would still have a Kraken, and then I could have made an auto charge with my militants. So yeah, I was feeling a bit aggrieved by how that all played out, because I've literally gained 1 inch on my militants and lost a Kraken.
Yeah.
A bit gutted by that. My other militants did declare a long charge on the Toruk Anointed. It was a long charge. It was kind of one of those situations where I felt like the first militant had it covered against his blunderbusses.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was actually going to complete that charge. And maybe it was less than an 8. I don't know. But yeah. Because I mean, I've only moved 1 inch forward there, and they're movement 5, so
Confidence is high.
the confidence was high, and that made me declare the long charge on the Toruk, because I know that if I get into those Toruk, I wipe the floor with them like the other unit did. But they fail it as well,
especially as their res is 1 less with the Crucible.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, that's what it's called, Crucible of Slaughter. Yeah, I don't think.
We said it. You said it. Yeah.
Did I get it right? Fair enough. Yes, so that was 2 failed charges from the militants, and I feel like I've kind of wasted a turn there, which is a shame. It gives Ollie a chance to have the pressure relieved a little bit.
Sure.
So I move up my knights on the flank and move my other knights forward. Again, I kind of decide to ignore the Titan because I'm thinking, well, if he charges my militants, I've still got a lot of attacks even going backwards.
Okay.
If he charges the knights, I can flee them, and they can then be a pain elsewhere. If he can't charge the spears, because I've made them out of line of sight. And so I was kind of thinking, with another round of shooting from my black cloaks as well, he might not want to charge his Titan into my militants or something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
He might not want to fail a charge against my fleeing dread knights and be shot again.
Sure.
So I was kind of weighing up my chances there. What I did do with the spears, though, is I got a bit ballsy in that the bull has taken 3 wounds, so I've got 3 HP left. And I thought to myself, well, my spears are agility 6 for the most part if he charges me. Yes, I'm wounding on 5s.
5s now, yeah.
But I am hitting on 3s. And so with I think it's 13 attacks from the spears, I might be able to plink off 2 or 3 wounds on it. So the AP 2 as well.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, no, be a bit, stick out your spears and say, come and get me, bull.
Yeah.
Because again, I was thinking to myself, he can just fly around all day.
Certainly gives the impression you're not scared of him.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, again, it's dicey,
You got a champ in that unit?
No, I don't think I do, but I do have a BSB.
Just get rid of him.
yeah.
Fair play.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So magic-wise, I get Word of Iron, my favourite first casting spell on the militants, so they're boosted, just in case he decides to charge in with his bull and his Toruk, which I don't think he will. I put the what's it called?
Twisted Effigy?
Craft spell. Yes, Twisted Effigy. Good man. On the blunderbuss unit, so that they can't shoot, which is awesome. So if they do run forward and shoot me, well, they can't shoot me, which is cool. And I put that on the one that's nearer to the militants as well, which is important. Over here, my black cloaks turn up. This was obviously the elite unit because I did 3 wounds to the Kadim this time. They were leaving the Kadim on 2 wounds left. And now I'm even more certain that if he charges into the rear of the militants, I can pop him before he pops them, before he attacks them.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Did they pop the Rending Banner against the Anointed?
No, they chose not to.
Yeah,
because they were. No, I might be wrong about that. Actually, I might be wrong about that. Don't hold me to that one. But what's Toruk Anointed's armor save?
Don't know. ID, I know very little actually.
Yeah, I don't think it's a lot. Oh no, it's 4 up. Here's 4 up. It's Infernal armor.
Yeah, so
maybe I did. Sorry, can't remember.
I think you must have, because to have AP, you're AP 1,
AP 0 to begin with.
Yeah,
I think I definitely would have done. Although I did get no, I didn't get any spells to help that. So yeah.
Because this plus strength is only strength, isn't it? It's not AP.
Exactly. Yes. No, it's not AP. Yeah.
With the magic.
Yeah. So I think it's almost certain I would have popped Rending Banner.
Yeah.
Especially to kill them all. Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, 2 wounds is nothing. Really.
No. Ollie takes the charge anyway. He knows it's a gamble, but he's hoping to survive my attacks.
You're not steadfast.
I'm not steadfast because I'm in the woods. So there is that.
Basically, if you don't kill him, he runs you down.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. So we'll see how that works out. I was kind of glad that he did that though, because yes, it is a gamble for me to give him that option, but it was better than me having to flee with my dread knights and causing a bit of problems elsewhere.
Yeah, and from his point of view, it's better to go in and have a chance of doing something than just to die to black cloaks.
Yes, well, exactly, yeah. Although this way round, he does risk losing an objective point.
True.
Because if I kill him in combat, I get an objective
point.
What
is it? He's currently winning 2-1.
I believe so, yeah, because he's killed a Kraken and the black cloaks, and I've just killed the Toruk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so this potentially swings it back.
Yeah.
So that is his bull moving round and getting. Is that Pentagram of Pain?
Yeah, because it switched with Breath of Corruption.
Yeah. Not sure. Oh, yes, and he's killed a few spears with it. Yeah, so a few of the spears are dead. So he didn't take the charge on the spears. So obviously my ruse worked, because he also agreed that the bull shouldn't charge into the spears.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, and he's killed a few knights. He's killed one knight as well with other magic as well. And the Shackled Slaves rally, because he's got the... is there like if you're within 6 inches of a dwarf, then other units get their leadership or something like that?
Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. That's why I asked if the occultism general was the general.
The general. Oh, yeah, no, he's kind of got mini bubbles going on with his dwarf units.
I'm sure their leadership's like 4.
Yeah, no, they need actual... He's got his BSB in, mate, as well. So
in the slaves?
No, in one of the blunderbuss units.
I see, I'm with you. I was going to say.
Yeah.
That's bullshit, that is.
His other Torok anointed stand behind the hill, which means I can't see them anymore, which makes no sense. I know they're there. Why can't I charge them? Yeah, it's the best way for him to avoid that.
Yeah, sure.
And Ollie's doing a great job of restricting my killing options.
He's got better movement than you.
Yes,
in terms
exactly,
of like lateral.
Especially as he's killed the Krakens. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there is that over there. Let's see. I think these pictures are basically showing the same thing. Got a bit picture happy. Can't see anything.
Try to get a view in. I like it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Maybe it was like we were. What? What have you seen?
Well, what haven't I seen? More likely.
What haven't you seen?
More like it.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. I was going to say. Yeah, there. 1 minute he's there. The next minute he's gone.
Oh, bye, big boy.
Yeah,
so you killed him.
You'll notice that I have not lost a single militant as well. Yes, it went rather well.
Sure.
How
many attacks do you have? You've got like 2 each, 3 each.
2 each.
2 each.
So yeah, he's like five models wide. Is he?
12 attacks, hitting on 2s, winning on 5s. Yeah.
I got 14. I think I got 14 attacks because he's 5 wide.
Oh right, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I'm hitting on 3s, I think, with battle focus. Don't forget battle focus. Wounding on 5s.
You only hit on 3s.
So
you've got lightning reflexes, haven't you?
Yeah, but his defensive.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Oh no, he is defensive 4. I might be only offensive 4 though. Militants are a bit weird like that.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
they are core elves, I guess.
They're only offensive 4.
Militants. Yeah.
I didn't have any spells off on them, so I was only hitting on 3s.
Sure. So actually, Altered Sight is a lot better than if they're only
Altered Sight is still very useful. Yeah, yes. Word of Iron is the not very useful one. But
sure.
Altered Sight is very good.
Yeah.
But yes, kill that guy and basically just pivot to.
Does the militants magical? They get an extra strength. Does it include attributes?
No.
Okay.
It does not. No, and it's only to a maximum of +2 strength.
So you need an actual spell, not an attribute.
You need an actual spell. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, it'd be amazing if you could just attribute them up every time.
Well, it's a pretty good rule anyway, I think. So.
I totally agree. Yeah, like I've said for a long while, I don't really know why people don't take militants.
Yeah.
Because I love them, but I'm not winning tournaments, so maybe.
Put it in the chat, folks. Why aren't you taking militants?
I seem to be the only person. I don't know anyone else who's currently taking militants. I guess it's because the spears are so good and the Shadow Riders are so good. It's the obvious answer.
Shadow Riders are
yeah
sublime. Yeah.
And lots of MSU units with 15 spears is very good as well.
Is that academy training as well?
Yeah, potentially.
Well,
yeah.
there you go. Good book, guys. Well done.
Yeah. But I like my militants, damn it.
Yeah.
Naked ladies, woo. So over here, going into my turn, I declare a charge on the slaves, and Ollie flees. And flees way off the board.
Yeah,
all
no
the way
space.
through his Infernal Bastion units, which is cool.
That looks like quite close. Obviously,
it was close.
Inch
really
boundary,
close.
was it?
Yeah. I think actually we had to work out whether or not the line, the green line, if you went just over the green line, were you actually off the board or on the board?
Yeah.
And when we worked out if you touch the green line, go over the green line and away, then you're off.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't have to cross the line.
That
was the difference, but he was off. It does mean that he doesn't give me an objective point there.
Sure.
By fleeing. So
okay.
Like that, which is cool. I redirect my charge and get into the Infernal Bastion unit. This is my unit with lances, so I'm figuring that I'm hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s. I'm hoping that I can do a bit of damage, and maybe this will be my chance to get my militants forward and then hold them in place while I advance aggressively, really.
Yeah, I mean, you got so many attacks.
Yeah, exactly.
And your lethal strike raptors.
Yes, there is that. I use that as an opportunity to move my militants up and make up for their double one failed charge earlier, moving them farther forward. My 4 unit of Dread Knights are now just chilling out because they're kind of a bit wasted.
Maxing, relaxing.
Yeah, that's it. And my militant unit that couldn't charge the Toruk Anointed just move onto the hill and move forward to look at the Toruk.
Sure.
I didn't want to move too far forward and give him a chance to get out of line of sight or anything like that. Although, spoiler, maybe he can anyway, somehow. But I also wanted to be able to, just like see them over the hill. My spears move out of line of sight of the bull, so the bull cannot see anyone. So now
that's good.
He's got to just magic things. And my black cloaks are moving up for their next target, which is the bull. See how they get on against him. Magic. I'll move the harpies up behind the knights as well. They were thinking about. Well, don't need to complete that sentence.
At this point of the battle, they're thinking about surviving. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guys, we're gonna go back home after this.
Yeah. I get scrying off on the Dread Knights, which means that any attacks back against the Dread Knights makes them even less likely to do any damage, which is cool. And I get Word of Iron on the militants, just so that if his blunderbuss unit does decide to stay nearer and shoot me, well, actually that won't help at all. But I didn't want his blunderbuss unit charging into me.
Yes, they're AP3, aren't they?
Yeah, so.
But spell's a spell.
Spell's a spell, yeah. I changed camera angle for some reason.
Nice.
In order to just view this.
I like it. You should have started like this.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. I don't think anything's different now, though. But
no.
Yeah.
Oh, you've added the attribute to the militants.
I have. Yes, I've added. Yeah.
For no magical benefit other than what it gives you.
Exactly. Yeah. And in combat, I kill a few of the Infernal Warriors. I don't break him because he's steadfast, which is to be expected. He's rerollable
for days.
So yeah, absolutely.
As you start with 24 or something. Yeah, you need to kill 22.
It'll be steadfast a while.
No, actually, you need to kill 23.
Exactly. Yeah. And unfortunately, he manages to get his vassal levy forward to chaff my militants. Which does mean, unfortunately, that my knights are going to have to continue fighting the Infernal Bastion for a little while.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, Ollie failed the reform test on his Infernal Bastion, so I'm still attacking the flank, which is funny, if nothing else. I would have rather he failed the steadfast test than the reform.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But you can't have everything, can you?
So BSB is in which of the 2 Bastion units?
In the one I'm not in combat with. You can see there's something in front of the Bastion. On a seat of authority.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you can just see it there. And he's actually turned around to face the board edge.
I was going to say, yeah.
Very much stating his intent clear that he is not planning on coming near me to fight or to shoot. So it should be mentioned that this is like turn 4 or maybe going into his 5 now, I think. And the blunderbusses have not shot yet.
Nice.
So that's a success for a very combat-heavy Dreadnought.
Absolutely.
Yes. So in Ollie's turn, I did mess up the Toruk Anointed, and they managed to get out of line of sight of my militants, which is disappointing. I possibly could have done better at that. I almost definitely could have done better, but failed with that one. So my militants are kind of floundering a bit, which is a shame. And he moves his bull to threaten the spears, and also he's moving his bull to get as far away from the black cloaks as possible. Basically, putting the bull more than what was it? More than 22 inches away from the black cloaks, so that they can't move up and shoot it.
Yeah, they survived.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, the vassal levy and militants, which is annoying. I think that's just another angle of that, including the
more
black
spears,
cloaks.
I think. Don't
Yeah, that's it. Oh yes, he has killed more spears. You're right. So he's whittling them away, which probably means I'm not gonna even bluff him with that anymore.
Yeah,
because I've got less spears to attack him with. And then disaster happens. Absolute utter disaster.
You do nothing.
My dread knights kill 1 infernal dwarf. Yeah. I didn't really appreciate that without ruthless efficiency, which is only on the first turn of combat, and without lances, my dread knights are only strength 4, and they're not getting +1 to wound. So I went from the first turn of combat where I was wounding on 2s to the second turn of combat where I was wounding on 4s, and instead of having AP 3, I now had AP 1. And against Ollie's 3-up armor save, I completely bounced with my Dread Knights.
Yeah, sure.
It didn't matter that I had 10 attacks with my Dread Knights and 5 Raptor attacks. Yes, the Raptors didn't do the wound, in case you're wondering. Because I just literally did nothing. And obviously, if I do no wounds, he's got 3 ranks. He's got a standard. I think I had a standard as well. I did have a flank, but I don't have my BSB there, so I did lose combat, and I was discipline 9, but I ran away.
It happens, doesn't it?
And that meant that Ollie had the chance to run after me, and because of my stupidity and getting so comfortable with my harpies, I gave him a chance to run into the harpies.
They had so many plans this evening.
I know they did. They were
going to go out. They were going to hit the town with the girls.
I've let them down.
Proper girls' night. It's going to be cocktails, mocktails, all the whole lot.
Exactly. And also, let's not forget that
get nails done.
I have also given him basically 2 objective points.
Yeah.
Because he's
currently he is 3-1 up.
I think so. Yeah.
So and then, or did he not actually catch you?
No, wait. He did not get an objective point for killing the Black Cloak unit, the first Black Cloak unit,
right?
Because they fled. They fled the charge. So that didn't count.
Sure.
That didn't count.
Do you have to be in combat to start off with?
Yeah.
Right.
I was trying to work that out all battle because I know what the end result is with objectives.
So it's 2-1
to him. It's 2-1 to him after killing the Dread Knights, and very likely to be 3-1 to him when he kills the Harpies.
So he did actually catch you, your Raptors?
Well, no, he didn't need to. They were destroyed after the combat.
Oh, he killed you?
No, they ran off the board. They count as destroyed.
Oh, is that right for the objective?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, they count as destroyed.
Fair enough.
Because they were in combat and they count as destroyed after breaking from combat.
Okay.
So, yeah, he got an objective for that. So he is 2-1 up going into 3-1 up.
Glad we got that sorted.
Whew.
My goodness.
These different objectives, they're quirky,
Yeah,
but they do require you to get your head on, definitely. So yeah, I'm going to be 3-1 down because of that error. And really, thinking in hindsight, I didn't need to charge my Dreadnoughts into that flank. That was a bit ambitious when he still had units that could chaff me. But I guess I just saw an opportunity and made a long charge with the Dreadnoughts. So
I don't think it's too bad a play, to be honest.
Well, moving the Harpies up was silly, though. I didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
But I guess I couldn't. I didn't really plan on failing a disciplined 8.
They'd already booked the spa day.
Yeah. What I do get, obviously, is a charge on these vassals, which is cool. So an objective point potentially coming back to me.
Yeah.
If I can kill them.
Guy, if it's not potentially, you need to give up.
Yeah.
If it's not more than potentially.
Exactly, yeah. But we'll see how
I suppose if you let them go, you would not get an objective, is that right?
If he fled.
Yeah. If you say you kill him all but one, and then he flees, and then you let him go,
I would not get an objective. Yeah, sure. Correct.
Absolutely
spot on.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but I mean, if Ollie had fled this charge, I would have been into the rear of his Infernal Warriors and/or the flank.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, if he holds this, then you kill everyone but one, and then at the end of combat he breaks to flee. Then, and if you left him, yeah, sure.
Yeah, exactly. I have to kill him to a man or pursue him.
Yeah.
Obviously, I get in because it's an auto charge. I can't declare the charge with the other militants because I've messed up the angle on that hill.
Yeah.
And so I end up having to just move as far as I can round and hoping that I can get something with that unit, really. Ollie's really played well in terms of his movement to avoid me getting in combat with them.
Yeah.
But some of that is because I failed that long charge. Like, if I'd have not taken the long charge, I could have just moved forward 10 inches and been a lot better position. But I feel I lost an entire turn with both my militants, which I think really gave Ollie the chance to move around a bit. So
yeah, it doesn't help.
Yeah. The spears move out of the line of sight of the bull again, just playing a dance. I'm hoping that he can't do enough magic to them to kill them. But
he's only got one turn, hasn't he?
He's only got one turn left, yeah. And my black cloaks move up so that they maybe get a shot on the bull. My Dreadnoughts also run away because they see a potential problem with the Infernal Bastion starts rampaging.
You've seen their mates die. They're just going to get slaughtered by the bloody big old building.
Definitely. Yeah. I get Twisted Effigy on the bull, which is awesome. So he can't cast his occultism magic anymore.
Yeah.
No, sorry, he can.
-2.
Just -2, yeah. So, yeah. Which is cool, but I don't get anything else off.
Does the bull itself have a breath weapon?
Yes, it does. I don't think he's used it, but
sure.
I think it does. Oh, I've got the wrong weapon.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. I was just asking to see if you knew.
The Harpies kill as many as the Raptors did.
Well, they're pissed. They're missing their girls' night, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then they do die to a man, unfortunately.
They'd already organised childcare.
Yeah. Yeah, they had. Yeah.
Which I guess, in the long run, is good, because they're dead.
Ooh, that is low. Yeah. All right, I'm just going to let you run with that. Cool. But I do get Evil Eye off on the militants as well, who are on the hill. So I'm thinking that is the best play I've got for my turn 6. I'm on a hill and I've got +1 movement. So I'm a militant unit. So whatever Ollie leaves me in my last turn, I will be rollable charge and with +1. The militants against the flank of the vassal levy, so annoying. I kill them, not all of them. Or rather, I don't kill all of them, is what I should have said. And that is a real problem because like you have so well deduced in your summary, I can't let them run away because I'm 3-1 down in the objective and I need another objective point or two in order to draw the objective. And it's fairly close points-wise.
Yeah.
You know, I've lost 2 Krakens, I've lost the Dreadnought unit, I've lost Harpies.
Those Bastions are so, like, the Bastion units, like, they've got all the downside, but they really keep their points well.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, and he's got like 2 Bastions in there. He's got BSB in there. So yeah, exactly. And so I have to run them down with the militants. And I mean, it's not guaranteed that I actually do catch them. It's literally my 2d6 against his 2d6.
Sure.
So I'm actually lucky to catch them, actually. That could have easily been I don't catch them. And then if I don't catch them and have to charge him, well,
he
probably
flees,
doesn't. Probably, yeah, or he doesn't rally and continues fleeing. And then if he doesn't rally, he flees away again, and I don't catch them, and I don't get the point ever. So actually, it's kind of lucky that I do run down here. But what it does mean is they're facing the wrong way for my turn 6, which is annoying.
Yeah.
So it is all on the militants on the hill now.
Wow. Yeah.
In Ollie's turn 6, he moves the bastion way away. Both of them are just out of anywhere useful. And he also decides with his bull to not try and breath the spears because he has got Twisted Effigy on him.
Because of the black cloaks.
Because the black cloak can run.
Well, I guess he can't, can he?
No, he can't use shooting attacks.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. So he was just going to keep at range and stop the black cloaks from shooting him. Because I only need to do 2 more wounds and I get half points for his 900 point general. So it's worth keeping him away, really.
Yeah, agreed.
The Torok Anointed, they couldn't really go anywhere to get away from the militants.
Okay, fair enough.
But the reason for that is because they failed a march test.
Oh, that's a bit crucial.
That is a bit crucial. Because if we go back,
wow,
this is where they are. By moving his bastion into the corner, he could have then marched all the way to. I mean, you're over the obstacle, basically.
Yeah, sure. Outline of sight.
Outline of sight, yeah. So
fair enough. Fair enough.
So unfortunate there for Ollie. At least I think that was what happened anyway, because he hasn't moved very far.
Well, it would make he definitely should. If he hasn't, he definitely should have marched.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But that does look.
I was just thinking what else might have happened. But
well, the movement 8.
Yeah, something like that.
I keep asking you questions. Sorry.
I know. I don't really know the Infernal Dwarf book very much either.
No, that's it.
But it would make sense that he's failed a march test.
Yeah. Because essentially his back of his unit has gone to the front of the unit where it was.
Exactly.
If you look at the marker.
Which would be about right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, unless that is a march. I suppose it could be a march, with a wheel.
Sure.
Think about it. It could be. But either way, obviously my genius position of the militants this time means that he couldn't get out of line of sight. So, yeah. So he has had to do that. But Ollie does have a last plan to hopefully avoid their destruction and or the objective point.
Sure.
So there was thinking behind this decision that he made.
Can I guess it? Put
it
in the comments, folks. I'll give you 5 seconds. That wasn't at all countdown. I was trying to go for it, and then I forgot.
I was going to say, What's your guess?
Is he flees and stays on the board?
Plan. That is his plan, to flee and stay on the board and me to not catch him. Because that would not give me an objective point.
Oh, this is very interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
Down to the last turn. That's how we like our battles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So there's that. Don't think anything's changed there.
Got some more spears, is it? No.
So yeah, I declare the charge, but he doesn't go very far, and so I think I only need like a 7 because I'm rerollable.
Evil Eye,
and I get him.
So you gotta love dice in this.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Love dice. There's loads of little things.
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
Absolutely. Yeah. So 700 points my way in the end.
Presumably the other guys didn't panic.
No one panicked, which would have been lovely. But yes, and then I just move up like so.
Sure.
I'm just gonna. There you go. Before we think about the, bear with me.
I'll do the countdown again.
A lot of pictures. Look at it. Right, okay, so I'm just looking at the secondary objective again. Each time an enemy unit is removed as a casualty while engaged in combat, when breaking from combat, or during the flee move directly after breaking from combat, you gain a victory counter.
Yeah, so you have to have been in combat.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to work out.
So if you flee from combat, you get it anyway.
Yeah. But if you flee from the charge, you don't get it.
No.
I'm just trying to work out, like, why do I think that I drew the objective 3-3 then?
Because you caught him, didn't you?
Yeah, I did catch him, but that's the same as the Black Blokes, which didn't offer an objective point.
It is exactly the same.
So I don't think I got an objective point for the Torah to make it 3-3.
This is the music that the Harpies would have listened to tonight.
Absolutely. Oh, there we go. So, was it just a points win?
It looks it. So that's drawing, but then is whether or not you win the objective or not. Because that was to draw it 3-3, wasn't it?
Yeah. I'm just trying to think about... I mean, he definitely got 3, didn't he? Because he killed the Dread Knights, the Harpies, and the Kraken.
Put a tier in the comments for the Harpies, guys.
Yeah.
And the Kraken.
But what did I get, though?
You got the Anointed.
I got the first Anointed. I got
Kadeen.
the Vassal. Oh, and the Kadeen. There's 3-3. So, yes. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, God. I'll tell you what, reporting on your battles is a nightmare.
Yeah, right.
You really... Oh,
well, you put it on the line. It's could have all changed. You could have lost and a win into a loss.
Well, absolutely. If I'd have got that wrong, it should have been.
It's all right. I'll edit it perfectly so no one will know.
No one will know that we were scrambling around trying to work out whether I'd screwed Ollie up.
I'll even edit the real countdown theme in.
Yeah, do it. Pressure's on now. Copyright, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Brilliant. Thank you. So, yes, thankfully, because Ollie decided to charge the Kadeem in, I did indeed get 3 objective points. Phew! And going back to this, because I was really worried when this came up. You might have noticed how little I talked about this when the picture was up. It's because I was worried, like, I'd claimed an objective point for this.
So this was more points. So he stopped you winning the objective, though. So just by doing this...
If he'd held, and I'd have killed him by running him down, which I would have done, because I were even better in the flank, then I would have won 4-3, the objective.
So he turned... because they were always going to die.
Yes.
So he turned a 15-5 into a 12-8 with one move.
Yes, pretty much.
Good old boy.
Yeah. And I have to say that I think Ollie played this really well.
Yeah. This game alone is worth a podcast episode.
I think it is. You know, you can take screenshots from our bat rep as well, can't you? So even though you can't see anything on a podcast,
for reference for the other people on the podcast.
There you go. Right, I'm so stressed after this bat rep. I'll tell you. Oh. I don't think I played Raven's Wing wrong either, which is awesome.
We've smashed that out of the park.
I'm learning. I've cast Raven's Wing at least twice.
But a good win.
Yes, it is a good win.
Yeah. And that leaves you on 20 after 2.
20 after 2, which is much healthier. It is okay. Funnily enough, results in my group meant that I was actually second after this battle. So
no, that means
that's not bad, is it?
You play top.
Yeah, it does mean I play top. You're right. Which is Luke Williams, actually. Not playing his usual UD.
No,
he's actually playing vampires.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, looking at his list, I was okay with that.
Cool.
We'll look forward to that one. I haven't played against Luke either, and I'll tell you what, having spent some time with all the Masters players this year, Luke was one who particularly made it a good fun time. So looking forward to playing against Luke.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so we go on. So it'll be the same scenario, but my warriors this time. And to be honest, carnage is a thing.
Yeah,
as an objective for chosen.
A bit less stressful.
Come on,
for you in your
this is surely what Paul was thinking about when he said we could do this objective. Chosen, 3 units chosen,
carnage,
and chosen lords, and no shooting.
No, awesome. Right, yeah, I'm gonna go and have a lie down.
Yeah.
See you later, folks.
See you later.